Hugs at a rose for game shampoo, and today, for once, the video is long because we are dealing with served cold. Main reason this video is running way longer than I prefer them to, passing the 15-minute mark, outside of the fact I encountered a dragon right off the bat when attempting, is I need to go through a trap-ridden and complex dungeon. So, to start this quest, you actually need to complete 2 others. The first is Final Descent, as well as March of the Dead. We have videos for both of these. Once you have completed them, go and talk with the second Chancellor, Adril Arano. Yeah, Adril Arano. He's easy enough to find. He will be marked. Mind you, this is a this is a side quest in its own right, so nothing in the miscellaneous tab.
Anyone from House Lalu is hidden among us. Only my suspicions.
Also, I do apologize. I prefer having the captions on when I'm actually playing, because sometimes the NPCs can be hard to understand. But this time, because I had been mucking around with graphic settings, they were off. They will be on quite shortly, after I finish talking with this counselor.
I received some information from my sources that there could be elements of Ulan's house, House Lalu, already in Ravenrock. Ravenrock is a small settlement, so it's hard to accomplish anything in secret.
It takes a while to talk to this guy, but, steady on.
I wouldn't be able to make a move without them knowing. I had a feeling you'd be willing to listen to me. I need you to start out by being my eyes and ears. Search Ravenrock and see if you can root out these traitors. The best place to start would be Geldis Sadri, over at the Retching Netch Corner Club. If he provides you any leads, check them out before bringing them to my attention. Can't afford to make any mistakes.
Alright, with that conversation finally completed, and head to the retching netch. Now, this is a short walk in almost all cases. All you need to do is go in, go down the stairs, and talk to the guy behind the bar, like you see. Maybe not pausing as long, because hearing the things from Final Descent.
Welcome to the Retching Netch Corner Club, home of the finest Sioux jammer that will ever grace your lips. Well,
okay, so talk with him, and he will make his suggestion to what is recommended in order to find out who these saboteurs and assassins are.
Actually, I do. If you want to catch those slippery slaughterfish, you need to let them come to you.
That's right, this is going to involve waiting.
Ancestral tomb near the temple. Someone's been leaving ash yam offerings on the altar inside. If you were to wait inside for whomever that is, I'm betting they'll have some of the answers you're looking for. What makes you think I haven't? Anytime Adril and the Veteran Guard made a move, the Ulans must have been one step ahead and didn't show up.
Well, like stated by him, it's a small town, it's hard to get away with things like that.
Wait until your visitor shows up.
So,
come back anytime. My doors are always
leave the retching netch and head to the Ulan ancestral tomb. It's honestly just, to the southeast. Second entrance on this side. There's not a whole ton to do in there. It's just kind of go in, go around the corner, and wait. Unfortunately, it takes me a little while to realize this. Though, I do like exploring is also a factor. everything else shown. Now that becomes relevant later for a miscellaneous quest, as I recollect. Could be wrong. So, like, as it shows, just wait. Honestly, you only need to do it for like an hour or so. I chose it to do for 3, just in case. Alright, with that done, approach Natalius Severin, who is inside. Just talk with her a little. That will tell you everything you need to know. She's really not going to give you much information here, and even having high speech like my character, well, it's not going to help.
Any Ulans left on this island, I've taken it upon myself to leave the traditional offering in their stead.
I ultimately opt not for that. I try that, but it doesn't go anywhere.
I'm simply honoring a fellow departed Dunmer. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'd like to meditate a bit.
Alright, well, all things are said and done here. So, head back out into Raven Rock and find the counselor.
With the Ashbourne threat taken care of,
I hope Gelder's proved useful. Have you made any progress?
Yep. Approach him, talk with him, ask about Severin, as well as you can ask about the... Yeah, about the family of Woolen. I know I'm butchering that. I'm horrid at pronouncing these names.
Every bit of hatred they received once the Empire released its grasp on Morrowind. Having past ties to the Empire immediately turned them into the scapegoat for the Dunmer people's suffering. They had welcomed the Empire with open arms and benefited from it.
Yay, lore. There's always plenty to hear here. Yeah, it is a staple of the Skyrim, of the Elder Scrolls series. There is quite a lot to the world, and I'm honestly in awe of how consistent it is, just because I know how challenging it can be to manage a world at this scale.
I'm going to need hard evidence to prove it. I'm not kicking down anyone's door until I have solid evidence in hand.
Alright, with this, it's time for you to work on the next part, where you need to head into the Severin Manor and find hard proof.
If you have evidence that it places your life in peril, I would expect you to do whatever you must to keep yourself alive.
And that is the justification to kill the people inside without actually getting in trouble with the guards. I like that part.
Good luck. You might think it's all perfume and roses now that the mine's open. All I see.
I was curious. And it's an interesting little bit of conversation, so I decided to leave it in.
And with Solstheim crawling with Reavers and Azora knows what else, I can't risk any attacks on Ravenlock.
That's all I talk with him. At least for this part. Exit the conversation, head for the Severin Manor, and go inside. Little speedy up. Activate the dragon aspect shout, and get into a brawl, because my Khajiit is very good at these. No, I am going to need to track down and go on a hunting spree or creation spree for more potions after these. Honestly, let the stuff in here be, because guess what? This place is going to be yours at the end of this mission. All you want to do is head over to the Severin family safe, interact with it, grab what you feel like. But honestly, the most important thing is the Ulen Manor note. Grab it, read it, and leave. Time to report back to the counselor. I hope you see the pattern. Thankfully, There's not much more. Most of this is actually going to be dealing with the puzzle within... yeah, the puzzle within the dungeon, which comes after this. I can also say, thankfully, there aren't any more dragons which interfere with this particular playthrough. Well, section of this playthrough. I gotta hunt me some dragons.
Hello, but I trust you're not planning any trouble. What can I do for you, friend?
Did you find any evidence at Severin Manor yet? Then we finally have them. All that remains now is chasing them down and bringing them to justice.
Oh, if only it were that simple.
Good. I'm going to send 2 of the best Reverin guard we have to take them down. I want you to assist them any way you can.
Oh, you shouldn't have done that.
See that you do. We can't afford to let these traitors
So,
slip away.
that said and done, it's time for you to go meet up with the Redowan Guard. If you don't have this place already on your map, you are going to want to A, step outside. Wow, no one actually managed to sneak by me. Huh. But yeah, step on outside. Oh, because it was like 5 seconds. And then make your way to the Sunstone. From there, just head up the hill. Oh, and before long, you'll find the Morgtang assassins who are going to be coming after you. And there's quite a few of them. As well as the Redowan guards who got killed in front of the Citadel. Head on inside, and it's time to A, deal with more assassins, and B, deal with the huge puzzle that is this place. And yeah, don't forget to double check for things like that. Most of this video is actually going to be at least 2 times speed, because again, I don't see why you need to watch everything down to every last second. You can get most of what you can get everything you need at other pacings. Plus, who wants to see me walk down a hall like that in real time? And you can see it in double time. Alright. Honestly, this particular passage and dealing with it isn't that bad, but you do have a pair of assassins you need to deal with, both of which usually start in that room, but there's likely, yeah, in fair likelihood one will get behind you. I just wish they were more consistent about being up or falling down. You can also find pretty much a full set of Chidden armor, as well as, if you weren't collecting them already, Moragtong armor. If you're a light armor user, it's pretty much the same as the light Chidden, with a different color to it. Just checking out a couple things. Being a brawler, I use heavy plate, because that gives me the highest armor and means my punches do the most damage. I do recommend taking your time to explore these areas, because you can actually collect a lot of soul gems down here for whatever reason. If you like, doing enchanting or really want to build custom weapons, this is going to be the best way. Right. Go into the training room. Just inside to the left is the handle you're looking for. You've got 3 assassins to deal with in this one. With the assassins dealt with, you're free to roam around, and you honestly want to head into the room the assassins didn't come out of. If I remember right. Well, oh, no, I'm getting it turned around. And you want to pull the handle on that. Oh, no, it was the one they didn't come out of to the west. There are 4 bear traps, 4 or 5 bear traps. Go to the far end, pull the lever. This is the one that annoys me the most. Ignore those chains, they are irrelevant. Take your time. Be mindful of those pressure plates. Pull that far back chain to start stuff. Don't do what I did here. I trapped myself. Of course, I also then start experimenting a little, figure out what chains do what. It would take a long time to write all this down. But suffice to say, pull that chain, pull that chain. Well, accurately, just pull that chain closer to the central hallway, and you're done. Now, things slow down because boss fight. Taking on this guy is not easy. Took me a number of tries, but thankfully you guys get to just see the actual fight where I win. This guy does show up around Raven Rock prior, but here he'll actually be wearing, the bone mold armor. Take your time, focus on him. The biggest problem you're going to encounter is he uses 2 health potions, and they're like ultimate health potions or something, because he completely heals. Mix in his 2 assassins. This is not an easy fight. You get kind of lucky like I did, where he glitches a little. Push that advantage. After that, just finish off the assassin so you can move about freely. And, well, you're done in here. Be sure to go to the far side of this room, collect the boss chest, as well as go into that water pit and check the skeletons for gold. There's a lot of good loot to be found here. So, with all that collected, kind of shown in full speed here, no, accelerated speed, it's time to head back to Raven Rock. Once you're back in Raven Rock, you need to find the counselor once again. And yeah, there was just kind of an interesting glitch with that dragon skeleton. It's almost always in this house if he's anywhere. Again, it's short.
I trust you're not planning any trouble.
So, go talk with Andril and report to him. He will be very grateful at your success.
Then, it's finally over. What of the Redoran guard I sent to...
Yeah, the problem with that guard, they're kind of dead. Ooh, haven't noted their bodies. Thanks for the reminder.
Sending them, not end up with casualties. To think that Vendel would stoop so low as to hire those fetchers. I'm glad you killed him.
Not a problem.
Wonderful. Simply wonderful.
Because I like what this gets me.
Quite pleased when he hears about this.
Now Andril will go and find the counselor wherever he is. I thankfully had them both in the same room, so it was just wait for him to move and start the conversation. That's it.
I have some wonderful news.
Adriel.
Honestly, at this point, the mission is done. And just let those two talk. Eventually, Adriel will talk with you and award you with Severin Manor. This is the only player-owned house that you can get within on Solstheim. Take it, enjoy it, because it actually has a lot of amenities. Now you've got an arcane enchanter, an alchemy lab, all the stuff you need for blacksmithing. You're good.
Don't say that.
At any rate, this has been Doug, Side of Rose for Game Shampoo. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to keep up to date on all of our video game walkthrough coverage, as well as video game Let's Plays. Take care, and I will see you next time.
A traveler to our town. For this, you have my deepest gratitude. Now, I'm certain Adriel was prepared to reward you appropriately for everything you've done. However, since a bit of coin hardly seems like enough, I've decided to provide something more substantial. Since the Severin family, or whoever they were, turned out to be criminals, their property is now forfeit. As counselor, I hereby award you Severin Manor, and everything contained within. You've earned your citizenship here, and I hope you'll consider staying with us as a member of our community.
Which I've done without question for over 100 years. He's the